friends, this is the Bijou Baker. I'm Maria. I want to talk to you about my recipes. Uh, I'm, I'm going to show you in just a minute how to make my creamy cheese icing, which is just cream cheese icing, but it's really creamy. And there's a little trick to it. But before I start, I want to show you something. This is my cookbook. Every recipe that I have made, every recipe that I trust, every recipe that I use for my family is in here. It doesn't get into this book until it is excellent. And so it's taken hundreds of hours to to make a cake and then redo it and redo it and revamp it and make it just right. It's too light, it's too dense, it's too this, it's too that. It doesn't go in here until it gets my thumbs up, and that takes quite a lot to get. So in order for me to give my recipes to you, I've got to transcribe them all. My recipe book has all my ingredients, but I know the steps by heart, so I don't have to write them down. Well, now I find myself listing the ingredients, and then it's like, okay, now you got to break it down further, because it would just be a shopping list that made no sense. And in writing the directions and redoing the recipe, there's a couple times I had to question myself. Did you really mean that much, or did you really mean that little, or shouldn't you put more chocolate? Which is always my question, even in strawberry cake. But so a couple times I've had to make the cake again just to make sure that I'm giving you the best recipe that I possibly can, and I'm confident. So that's why it's taken a little long. So I appreciate you bearing with me. And when I show you something, it's technique, and the recipe, you could use the same technique as long as you follow the directions. Sometimes, you'll have, I ran across one of my fantastic pecan bars. Oh my gosh, these things are just amazing. And I don't like pecan pie, but these I can nibble on quite well. So I asked for, I don't remember the quantities, a cup of sugar, and then butter and flour, and then a quarter cup of sugar. Now, I specifically separated them so that you don't give me 1 1/4 cup of sugar. Otherwise, I would have asked for 1 1/4 cup of sugar. So they're done and they're used at different steps of the recipe. So when you see that, just know that. So I'll teach you technique, and technique is really almost half, if not more, of how to make a good product and a good dessert. So I'm going to show you the creamy cheese recipe, or the creamy cheese icing, and then I just stopped actually filling this out on the program that I'm using, just to make sure that I had it exactly right. I've made it by heart so many times, I'm questioning myself. So that's all right. That's all right. I'd rather question myself 100 times and get you the best product I can. So, all right. So this is my gold. And like I said, it doesn't go in there unless it's a great recipe. So right here, we're going to start off. Let's see. Let me put you down right there, okay? I want you to see. Yeah, I've got several mixers. Some people collect shoes. I collect mixers. So what are you going to do? All right. So can you see it's really kind of clunky and broken up? I've got my cream cheese, and my butter mixed in here. You know what? Let me stop right there. Let it work while you and I talk. I love combining my cream cheeses when I use a cheesecake, or gosh, almost anything that calls for cream cheese. I'm going to show you how to make your own cream cheese. I love this stuff. When it calls for cream cheese, I love to combine my cream cheeses. So I won't ordinarily just use 2 of the same cream cheese brands. I love the Greek cream cheese. It's got a very good snap to it. And when I say snap, you'll know when you take a bite of like a lemon cheesecake or a lemon, you get that little snap. It's good. It's a good snap. The Greek cream cheese has that, and it gives me just a little bit more. So go ahead and swap them out. Again, I've always said that if I can substitute a low fat or low calorie or sugar free product without sacrificing the flavor, then I'll do it, and I have. And so the Greek is a little lower in fat, and I've used a low fat cream cheese as well. So, but you will never know. You'll never know. It's good. I can't wait for you to try this and taste it and tell me what you think. All right, let's get back to work. All right, so I want it nice and at this stage, I'm gonna let it go for maybe about a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes, because I want it really one unit. So let me let it go. Okay, that smells so good. And it's just the cream cheese and butter. All right, now I'm gonna add my powdered sugar. And I'm gonna add it just a little at a time, because I'm not gonna, I'd say maybe half. And this, I didn't sift this flour, because I didn't sift this brown powdered sugar because I'm using a little more milk than ordinarily. So let me go ahead and turn it. I don't have access to my cloth right now, so I'm gonna see how brave I am, right? All right, I'm brave. Now, you see all that stuff building up on the edges? We want to get rid of that. So I'm going to scrape it. And while I'm here, I'm going to add more. Can you see the consistency? See how it's really kind of droopy? That's all right. When I get the rest of this powdered sugar in, it's going to get heavy. And my mixer's going to try to, you know, fight me. And it's not going to like the battle. But I am better than a doggone mixer. All right, let's see. I'm right-handed. I don't know what I was thinking. All right, I'm going to stop there. I didn't put it all in just in case I don't need it all. And let me come back up here. Okay, so in baking, everything is precise. There's a quarter cup, a half a cup, a milligram, a teaspoon, a tablespoon. Those are accurate and real measurements. In cooking, the actual and real measurement is some. Put some sugar, put some salt, put some. My mother used to do that all the time. It's like she'd have me make tortillas, and it's like, okay, well, just put some flour and lard, yes, lard, and salt and water. Well, how much? Well, enough. I don't even know what that means. But that was the measurement, and that was the measurement that most cooks will use, and it works. With this icing and butter and the English buttercream icing that I'll show you up here how to make, you can fudge a little bit. So if you have a little more powdered sugar or a little less milk, it's going to just depend. And a lot of it is actually going to depend on the humidity in the air. Today in Southern California, it's humid. I am not a happy girl. But you'll have to, that's why I say just about a quarter of a cup, or about, you know, whatever icing or powdered sugar. So just play with that. All right, so let me get back here and almost. That's what I'm trying to avoid, so bear with these slow pulses. All right. And you can feel and even see the mixer starting to wobble a little bit. That's really good, see. And I need more flour. I can tell because it's still runny. I don't want it runny. I want it thick because I still have to put in my milk. So bear with me. All right, I added some more powdered sugar, and I found my rag just because I don't want to keep you waiting too long. And if you can see the mixer wobble just a little bit, you hear it? That's good. Just lock it and keep it in place and crank it up. All right, at this point, I'm going to add some vanilla. Some is an accurate measure. And I'm gonna be adding milk a little bit at a time because this is what's gonna make it creamy. And it'll also help dissolve the milk. Did you know that? I mean, the powdered sugar. All right. That is creamy. You want to make sure to get all the way to the bottom of the bowl. That little divot on the bottom, that's where this stuff really collects. Now, it looks like a hot mess right now. That's absolutely okay. From one hot mess to another, it's just fine. All right, I'm gonna lock it. I'm gonna pick up the speed. I'm gonna let it whip. Okay. Perfect, perfect, perfect. It even smells perfect. All right. Let me see if I can, gosh, I wish there's a way you could taste this. All right. Perfect, creamy. Let's see, the peaks are, it's a medium stiff peak. It's not meringue because it folds over. Let's see if I can do this again. See? When it folds over in itself, that's a soft peak. So I feel like you're crooked here. I think it's me. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick my spatula in, pull it out. See how it folds? That's a soft peak. That's what you want. You can have a little firmer. Now, keep it in the refrigerator in an airtight container. A Ziploc bag would work, or just something that's going to be really tight, a tight fit. And yep, this is. Oh my God. Oh, see, now I gotta make a cake. Now I gotta make a cake because I think a carrot cake is just gonna be perfect on this. See that? That's the Greek yogurt, or the Greek cream cheese. I really recommend that stuff. Okay, so back to that. Look, you know the job was dangerous when you took it, when you signed into this channel. So, all right, I won't. All right, God, you never let me. Keep it in an airtight container. You can keep it in the refrigerator for up to, I'd say about, you can keep it in there for 3 months. Yeah, like it's gonna last that long. You can freeze it for up to 6 months. Whether you freeze it or keep it in the refrigerator, when you take it out of the freezer the night before, put it in the refrigerator, let it start to defrost slowly. That way you're not going to get the condensation and the ice crystals and stuff to add to the icing, which is good. Take it out of the refrigerator, whip it back up, and you are good to go. And once you're at home and you're doing this, or the camera's off, then you can lick the spoon. I won't. I really do want to, but I won't. All right, that is my creamy cheese icing. And again, look for the recipes, and when the recipes are all up and loaded, I'm gonna make sure you guys know, because I don't want you to miss out on anything. Also, it was brought to my attention that I never gave you my email address. So if you're trying these recipes and you have some great pictures or video or something, show me. I would love to see what you're doing. And I do highly recommend that you guys keep a come on, what's the word? A portfolio. Start a portfolio with your work, because when you get, when you get years into doing this, you're going to be really, you'll get a kick out of seeing where you first started, So you look at the cakes and you look at your progression and you look at your success, and there will be great success as long as you practice, 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 practice what I show you guys. And so my email address, thebijoubaker1@gmail. So drop me a line if you have a question, or if there's something you want to learn. I have a few things already in the line that I promised to get out, and we will. By the way, someone had asked for a good filling for whoopie pies. Yep, this would do. The chocolate ganache that I made earlier, that would do. And then as I make more, I'll make sure that you know. But these are great fillings for whoopie pies. And I make a pumpkin whoopie pie with this. Yeah, it should be criminal, but I'm just a baker. What do I know? All right, my friends. Until next time, happy baking.
Ah, that was fun. Don't forget to like and subscribe.